Hey, this is Andrew Jones. You watch On Deck with Tyler.
Hey guys, Mike Fullnever's here. You're watching On Deck with Tyler Redmond.
Hi, this is Phil Necro. You're watching On Deck with Tyler Redmond.
This is Walk the Banks. I'm on deck. Tyler Redmond.
Welcome into On Deck. I'm Tyler Redmond. As always, make sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and hit the bell for notifications so you can stay up to date with all things Atlanta Braves. Also, make sure to follow me on social media, Tyler Redmond, at BubblegumJesus on Twitter and Instagram. So, last night the Braves took on the Marlins for the first time this season, this actual season, and it would be Kyle Wright taking the mound. And he had kind of a rough night last night, only making it through 3 innings solid. He would enter the 4th, but he would give up 2 runs in the 4th, so he was out as early as the 4th inning. And that's kind of been the trend this year, and so far the bullpen has responded really well. Last night was the first indication of why starting pitching has to go longer than 4 innings. The Braves bullpen ended up giving 5 earned runs up by the end of the game, and that is atypical of the bullpen because of how solid the bullpen is for the Braves. But when your starting pitching doesn't carry you through most of the game, it will add up, it will get to you, and that's exactly what happened last night. So let's get into the recap. The Braves did score early, which is a really good sign. Top of the first, Travis d'Arnaud would hit a solo shot to center field, a 431-foot shot. That would make the score 1-0 Braves. He would only pitch 4 pitches in this inning, getting 3 consecutive groundouts versus the Marlins. They would put no runs on the board and not get any hits. It would be the same in the bottom of the second, only pitching 6 with a total of 10 through 6 outs. He'd give up 1 hit to none other than Matt Joyce, former Brave. Anderson would ground out to a double play. He would walk Cervelli, and then he'd get a pop out by Alvarez. So the Braves' bats were quiet through 3. So in the bottom of the 3rd inning, that's when Kyle Wright really started having trouble. He did start the inning out really well. He struck out Birdie swinging, but then he walked Sierra, who then stole second. And Villar would double to 3rd, scoring Sierra. That would make the score 1-1. Aguilar flied out to left field. Dickerson would walk. Villar would steal 3rd. Joyce would walk. Dickerson would move to 2nd. Anderson walked. Villar scored. Joyce to 2nd. So then Anderson would walk, the bases loaded, making the score 2-1. So walks will kill you. That's exactly how they scored last night. Marlins are just taking what the Braves are giving to them. But in the 4th inning, the Braves would respond. So Freeman would start the inning out. He'd fly out to center field. Ozuna would ground out to 3rd base. Markakis would double to right field. Then Duvall would come out, and he would hit a 2-out double, scoring Markakis. 2-2, tie ball game. Nick Camargo would end the inning by striking out. So the Marlins, again, are just taking what the Braves are giving to them. And in the bottom of the 4th inning, Wright was pitching for Atlanta. He would lead off the inning with a walk. That would take him out of the game with a runner on first base. Grant Dayton would come in. Birdie would single off of him, moving Alvarez to 3rd base. Sierra was sacrificed to the pitcher. Alvarez would score, moving Birdie to 2nd. Sacrifice squeeze, and it worked. 3-2 Miami. Villar would reach on an infield single to 3rd base. Aguilar would fly out to center. Birdie would move to 3rd. And then a suicide squeeze. Birdie stole home. Villar stole 2nd. And they would score again. 4-2 Miami. Then Dayton would finally get a pop out to end the inning. 4-2 Miami, currently at the bottom of the 4th inning. So moving on to the bottom of the 6th, it would be Luke Jackson taking the mound for Atlanta. Birdie would lead off the inning with a single to right field. Sierra would double to right. Birdie would move to 3rd. Villar popped out to the shortstop. Aguilar hit a sacrifice fly to center field, scoring Birdie. Dickerson singled to left field. Sierra scored. Dickerson would move to 2nd. Matt Joyce would then walk, and then Anderson grounded into a fielder's choice to end the inning, and that would make the score 6-2 Miami. Braves bats just couldn't get anything going late in the game. Bottom of the 7th, Marlins again. Aguilar would reach on an infield single to shortstop with runners on. Alvarez scored, and Cervelli scored, and Villar would move to 3rd. That would be the final score at 8-2. So let's talk about this for a second. So obviously it's never a good day to lose to the Marlins, but the Marlins have all the momentum right now. They really got to Kyle Wright. And Kyle Wright is one of those guys who, I'm not going to say we can't depend on him, but he's a young guy. He is a guy who's going to make mistakes, and last night he made a few. I think his main mistake was leaving the strike zone because he was getting ground balls. In the first 2 innings, it was ground ball and then a pop out and a fly out. There were very few hard hit balls in the first and second inning. And then after that, he avoided the strike zone, which I still don't know why. His line last night, if you're wondering, he would pitch 3 innings, he'd give up 2 hits, he'd give up 3 earned runs, 6 walks, and a strikeout. So that tells you right now your problem is the walks. Hit the strike zone, pound that strike zone, and let your defense work for you. That would be my thought there. The bullpen last night didn't have their best work last night, but it's hard to blame them when your starting pitching for the past 2 weeks hasn't gone past the 6th inning very often. Eventually that's going to catch up with you. Hopefully we'll be able to start clicking before we really get into the mid part of this season. We are now 21 games in, and our record is 11-10. We're above 500. So hopefully that can be fixed tonight. It will be Max Fried taking the mound, and he has looked like an ace this year. So far this year, he's got a 3-0 record with a 1.59 ERA and 21 strikeouts. He will be taking the mound versus Daniel Castano, a left-handed pitcher with an 0-1 record, an 8.31 ERA and 4 strikeouts. So on paper, the Braves bat should be able to hit him pretty well. But we'll have to wait and see. That is tonight at 6:10 p.m. It is in Miami. Hopefully the Braves can get a win there, and hopefully we can start getting some wins one after another. But also remember, Acuna and Albies are not in the lineup, and that is definitely a factor right now. But again, the injury bug is what it is, and the Braves have certainly found it this year one way or another. So make sure you watch the game tonight at 6:10 p.m. Braves versus Marlins, Fried versus Castano, and you can see the recap of that game tomorrow right here at On Deck. But to do that, you need to make sure you like this video, you subscribe to this channel, and you need to hit the bell for notifications so you can stay up to date with all things Braves baseball. I'm always posting, whether it be a video or on the community page, what's going on in Braves country. Also, you can follow me on social media, Tyler Redmond at BubblegumJesus. That is on Twitter and Instagram. I'll always keep you updated there as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Deck.